My name is Bronwyn. I've been here since the end of August 2020, so came in mid-pandemic and I've been hanging around since then. So I was doing a couple of birthday parties. We would go to someone's house in their backyard, all masked up. And then of course these days it is mostly Zoom shows. So hi. I first saw a job listing on a site and, university graduate, zoology degree, I'm looking for zoo jobs. I find this one and I think it was called Wildlife Educator. And I thought, oh, that sounds really cool. So I live in Kingston normally, so I wasn't around this area. I'd never heard of Little Rays. And so when I first came here, I was just blown away by the number of animals that are here because it's a small indoors location. And so I was just really surprised to see so many incredibly cool animals. And their presentations were amazing. So I was totally in for that. I love telling people about animals. I could do it all day long. And so when I discovered I could get paid to do that, awesome, I was sold. My favorite thing to do at the zoo is definitely to get hands-on with animals and with people. My favorite moment is when someone holds an animal for the first time, or especially with things like snakes, when people are a little bit frightened of them. If I can talk them through that fear and get them to realize that snakes are actually really cool, it's just one of my favorite moments when I'm able to get them to hold even just the tail end of a snake. I think that's a really cool connection for people to be able to make. My long-term goal is to do pretty much this. I really, really love working with animals. I can't see a career for myself that doesn't involve animals in some way. But I've also really learned recently that I love working with people as well. Some people go into animal careers because they don't want to find people and talk to them. I could do that all day long. It's one of my favorite things. So any kind of animal education niche is definitely where I belong. I think that it's super important that Hamilton has a location like this because there's not really anything else like this in this area. In Toronto, you have the Toronto Zoo. Out in Ottawa, you've got the other Little Rays location. There's other zoos dotted all around, but there's really nothing like this in this region. I think it's super important that people are able to come in and get hands-on with animals, and especially with animals that are local. A lot of bigger zoos, they'll focus on exotic animals. We also have a focus on the local level, so things like the gray rat snake, garter snakes, things people would find in their gardens. I think that's also super important to show hey, these are cool animals, you should care about them.